Hello everyone, guitarist Kristovichev here, and please welcome to Short Chordversations number 3. In this episode, I would like to show you a great and creative chordal exercise which involves contrary motion between the bass and the melody. Now, this will be applied over a 2-5-1-6 progression, and so in the key of C major, that would be D minor 7, G7, C major 7, and A7. So we start by selecting our first chord. I'm gonna get this D minor 11th voicing, D, C, F, and G, or root flat 7, flat 3, and 11th or 4th for my first chord. And I'm gonna pay close attention to my bass and the melody. In this case, the bass is the root, the melody is going to be the 11th or 4th. Now, the only rule is between chords, when we voice lead, the melody has to go up by a half or whole step, and the bass has to drop by a half or whole step. So in my case, I'm gonna go half step in the melody higher, half step lower in the bass, contrary motion. Now that note it's A flat, the bass goes to a D flat. So now I have to figure out a voicing for G7 that has the flat 5 on the bass and the flat 9 on the melody. So I'm gonna play something like this. Flat 5 or sharp 11, sharp 9, flat 7, and flat 9. This will be a G7 out voicing. When I go to C major 7, my melody is going to go up by a half step to A, which is the 13th of C, and the bass drops half step down to become the root. This is an easy relationship. I'm going to voice a C major like this, C, G, D, and A, so it's a C major 6, 9. When I go to the 6th dominant chord, then my melody is going to go up by a half step to B flat, which becomes the flat 9th over A7. And my bass, it's also going to drop a whole step down to also get to a B flat, which is also the flat 9 of A7. So I'm going to voice something like this. It's a great A7 out, flat 9, sharp 9, third, and flat 9. Now we've completed one cycle. The key here is to complete as many cycles as you can and find new voicings. So now I'm going to go back to my 2 chord D minor. So now my melody is going to go up by a whole step from B flat to C to become the flat 7th of D. And my bass is going to drop from B flat down to an A, which becomes the 5th of D. And so I'm going to voice a chord like this. Just go 5, flat 3, the note F, the 11th, the note G, and C, the note flat 7. Now from here, going to my 5 chord, the G7, my C is going to go up a half step to become C sharp or D flat, which is the sharp 11 or flat 5 or G. And then my bass is going to drop from A to an A flat, which is the flat 9 of G. But because the spread gets too big here, I'm going to transpose the bass an octave higher. So I'm going to get this A flat to this C sharp, and I'm going to play a voicing like this. It's a very cool voicing. It has A flat on the bass, B flat followed by a B natural, and a C sharp or D flat. So flat 9, sharp 9, third, sharp 11, or flat 5. That'll be a great G outer voicing here. And then when I resolve to C major, that melody from that C sharp or D flat is going to go up a half step to D. The bass from A flat is going to drop half step to G, and I'm going to get this very cool C major 7 sharp 11. I have G, E, F sharp, and D, also the 9th of C. So you get the idea. That's the main goal here is to do as many cycles as you can possibly do and figure out those voice leading relationships between the 4 chords in a way that opens up the fretboard to a great harmonic exploration. You're gonna be surprised as to how many new movements, harmonic movements you can find when you force yourself to kind of get away from the comfort zone of playing, you know, the conventional voicings that we all have in our vocabulary and try to find something more from a theoretical perspective, where you know which notes you need, you know what the basis of the melody you're doing, and then you have to get creative and fill the gaps in the middle. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Obviously, if you like what you hear, you can check out the link below, and I have a PDF with about 9 to 10 cycles that I did for you guys, with a video as well. And I look forward to sharing many more chordal concepts with all of you very soon. Take care.